So there is my Facebook Marketplace purchase, 20 quid, 3-stage dechlorinator. Got some new filters coming for that today. Takes standard hose attachments, and it is directional, so it says where the water goes in and out of each container. So that's all good. I think these are the little bleed screws to let any air locks out. Slight crack in the case in there, but I knew that when I bought it. Happy days. And I needed some fitments for this, and I was just going through a bag of bits I've had in the shed for ages. Every time I buy a new hose or a fitment, comes with all these extra bits. I thought I'm never going to need them, but fortunately, I've got one in and out. I'm just going to cut up a bit of my old hose over there. Also, the other thing to bear in mind with these is you have to put the water through them at a very certain speed, and I need to look that up on the filters. And when I was going through my bag of bits, I found I've got a little ball valve for a hose fitment, which is handy. But what's also quite amusing is because it's the way it's threaded, I need to put all these extra little faffy bits on it to put it all together. So my old bag of bits has gone to bin, has come in very, very helpful. This is how many bits I needed, and I can't believe I've got all these spares. So that's going to go onto the hose tap, outside tap, and then we have the hose come off there into this one, and then that can then clip on to there. That was it, female to female adapter onto this one that's got a screw thread. Then my ball valve screws in, and then again another screw thread connector there, so that can then clip in to the, look at that. What was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bits, and that's 5 different points that this can leak from, but it's not going to be under pressure all the time. But again, this, have I put that on the right bit? Yes, I have. That's on the inlet, so that'll enable me to turn the tap on full and then adjust this pressure so that the flow is right for the filter, and then I can just leave that tap set at the right pressure and then just turn it on and off at the outdoor tap when I need to top the pond up. So that should, yeah, this cost me 20 quid on Facebook, the filters cost me 15, so for 35 quid, I think that's decent. A bottle of dechlorinated stuff I was looking at on Amazon was like 10-15 quid anyway, so I want to try and minimise the chemicals that I just put in the pond, and that's one less thing I need to worry about. Right, this is great, right? So there's my new contraption to adjust the flow into me water filter. So I sort of just give it a little test, see if it leaks like I thought it might. Just right on this running, bit of a drip there, look. Not too bad. And then I thought I can easily adjust the flow. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It does nothing. It just makes it leak everywhere else. Look at the state of that. Turn it the other way. Look, pathetic. That's supposed to be off, leaking from every single joint. And what's more annoying, I was so happy that I had all this stuff in my spares box. So basically, I've kept this for however long, probably 20 years, and it's useless. Blah. After that little disaster with my little hose contraption, I've bought a much more simpler little tap from, I guess, good old Amazon. Getting fed up with buying stuff from there. But I'm going to get this fitted, and let's have a look and get some water flowing through the water filter. For demonstration purposes, I've just fitted the old, whatever that's called, spray gun on. So this is currently, the tap's on full, spray gun open, and this is currently in the off position. So I'm going to just gradually turn this up, see what sort of flow control we can get. So we can go right from, look, let's get my leg wet, little dribble. Let's get it less than that. If you need this as a trickle-in control, that might work. Yeah, and then we can go gradually up. That's decent, isn't it? It's full control, really, all the way through to, yes. And that's a full spray, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty decent. So I'm going to get the, well, obviously that would now just, that's quite good, I can switch it off. That can now just clip straight into the old inflow, and we can pass it through there. So let's just do that, shall we? All right, so just to see what this goes like, I've just attached it, make sure I've got it on the input. So I've got this on the old hose again, so I can see what it's like. Can hear the water flowing through it. Obviously it's got nowhere to go at the minute, so this is just going to be filling up with water, I expect. Oh, it's exciting. Can you hear it filling up? Right, now I can hear the pressure on there. So that gives full pressure through there. One of the things as well, I think we've got, well, it's not heavier now, that's full of water. In the top here, we've got these little screws on the tops of each canisters. They're not the ones that, let me just get you off there, let me get you a bit closer. On the top, you've got these 4 screws that obviously hold the canister into the bracket. But then you've got these screws here, which I think are air bleed points. So if there's any air in the canisters, you can let it out, because if there is an airlock in there, it can stop the water flowing the whole way through each of the filters. So let's just see if this does anything here. Hear that air coming out? Oh, now we're spilling out water. So that's the first one. Second one. Air again coming out. Interesting, it doesn't actually cover this in the instruction manual, but there's obviously a load of air in there. Oh, close that one off. And last but not least, like bleeding your radiators. There we go. So now we know that the water, I mean, that's water is in there under pressure. I've got that fully open and that closed. So, I mean, that's got good pressure running through there, and obviously that's not going to be filtering nothing. So now I can switch this off, disconnect this bit. Whoa! That was the pressure coming from the hose. Wow. Right, so I may need to have another look at whether that needs depressurising, bleeding again once I've got it all plumbed in. But at least that's how you can check there's no airlocks in there. Next thing we're going to do is to set the flow rate up with that, so that we get the appropriate flow rate through each of these canisters. Be back in a second. In the instruction manual for these canisters, it says the flow rate needs to be between 2 and 4 litres per minute. So it's quite slow, but it's not drastically slow. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to start trickling this out. I've got a jug and a stopwatch, so I'm going to go mid-range, 3 litres a minute, and then I can do some tests, see what impact it has on the chlorine, and if I need to slow it down, I can slow it down. But so what's that, 3 litres a minute, it's 1 litre every 20 seconds. So let's just get this going. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. That's now running clear. I think that's probably something along those lines. So oh, look, the suspense. Oh, it might be a little bit slow. That's 10 seconds. We're about 300 millilitres. No, hang on, I said 1 litre every 20 seconds, didn't I? Let's just see how long that litre takes. Nearly there. Oh no, this is interesting. So that was 1 litre in 40 seconds. Look at the colour of that. Don't know if you can see that from up there, but that is black, really minging. So in the instructions it does say that you have to let this run through, I think, for about 10 minutes before you then start to use it. and that's obviously why, because you need to obviously flush the carbon filters through. So that is actually filling up too slow. So I'll speed this up a bit. Oh, wrong way. Let's go with that. 3 litres a minute, so that's a litre in 20 seconds. Ready? And go. Where are we at 10 seconds mark? Half a litre. So when we get to a litre, I'll stop it. 19.4 seconds, I'll take that. So let me reset this now and I'll see how long it takes me to do 3 litres. Hopefully, should be about a minute. How long is this one taking? Yeah, again, just under 19 seconds. That's one down. Seconds. Feels like a bit of waste of water this, but all in the name of science. (59.87 seconds). That's 3 litres in 1 minute. So now that's set, I can literally just turn off the tap up here. Oh, I did literally have that open all the way, so I know that just needs to be open up full whack. And then my valve down here will put water through the filter at 3 litres a minute. Also, worth noting, so that's had 6 litres through and that's clear now. Doesn't have any funny taste to it, which is good. I wouldn't expect it to, but that's decent. So now I can put this in situ and get it hooked up to the feed into the pond. That's where I've put it, down the back of the cheeky little filter house. I've got the connector there with the flow controller on it, connected into my outdoor tap, and then I've put another hose on the side there, which I've fed through the open side of my tank. A bit of cheeky zip ties coming out in the centre of the tank there. I've put it sticking out a little bit. My sort of coping will come to about here, so I can trim this off a bit if I need to. However, I've kept it out so that it doesn't risk dripping back here. Actually, I will need to find a way to just get that bent so it doesn't drip back into down the inside of the tank at all. So I'll have to have a look at that, maybe put some wire around it or something. But also wanted it to be somewhere prominent so that I can see when it's on, and I'll be able to see it from in the kitchen as well. So if I do happen to leave it on too long, at least I can see it trickling in rather than just quietly overflowing. So yeah, there is a little overview of my freshwater setup. So there we go. I mean, if I turn it on, not as powerful, I just know there that that's just not going to be, it's going to be less than the 3 litres a minute that I've set it up on. There we go. Happy days. And I shall leave it there. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Hope you found some useful information on this one. If you've got any questions, please give a shout in the comments. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves in there. Please give me a like and a share and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this and help me grow my channel. I'm also going to do a video where I'm going to test the water that comes into the filter from my you know, my house water supply, and it comes out of the filter. There's my little pipe there, just to see what impact it has on, you know, the various levels I can test with my home test kit. And also they've got some chlorine testing tablets as well, so we're going to do a video on that. I've also, oh hey Ems, I'm also going to do, I've also done another video already on how you change the cartridges in these. So again, I'll put a link in the description down to those as well, and I'll cover off things like what order they go in as well. So again, yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch, and I shall see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.